The all-women's University Smith College is now under investigation by the Department of Education over its transgender admissions policy. An advocacy group filed a complaint arguing the school may be violating Title IX by allowing trans women into spaces designed specifically for biological women. The outcome of the investigation could have broader implications for similar institutions across the country. And the advocacy group wrote this to the Department of Education. Admitting men who feel like women means that the institution, formerly one of the nation's prestigious Seven Sisters all-women's colleges, is no longer for women only. Smith also discriminates against women by operating bathroom and facilities policies that open spaces once reserved for women's safety and privacy to anyone who identifies as a woman. Smith College first announced it would admit transgender women into their school in 2015. And here's a statement. The board's decision affirms Smith's unwavering mission and identity as a women's college. In the years since Smith's founding, concepts of female identity have evolved. Smith alumna have been leaders in the movement to afford women greater freedoms of aspiration and self-expression. Did you know we were evolving into men who want to be us?
I did not, but I did go to all-girls school, and I will tell you there's great value in it. As you know, Emily, we've talked about this many times, great value in becoming a leader, great value in achieving excellence and entering STEM. Well, what is an all-girls high school, college, middle school if you allow men? But this is the next frontier they're going to. At first it was go into biological sports and try to make a change there. Now it's go into all-girls schools. This was always the new frontier. So add Smith College to the list of people who can't define a woman. We know Ketanji Brown Jackson cannot. We know when a dozen lawmakers that were Democrats were asked, they could not answer the question. We know when Herb Conaway, a congressman who's a Democrat, was asked, he said it's a more complicated question than one might know. It is not complicated at all. XXXY, Herb. And then finally, Kristen McDonald, I don't understand what you mean when she was asked. It's very simple, but add Smith College to the list of people who can't define a woman. That is extraordinarily sad, and what a hit to all girls education.
So where's the law fall here, Josh? That's what I want to try to better understand.
Yeah, this issue has been on a collision course with the Supreme Court for some time. They need to weigh in on this. They dipped their toes into the waters to discussing what sex means according to Title VII, but now they need to decide what does it mean to discriminate based upon sex according to Title IX. It needs to be answered, because here you've got the schools saying that they believe that they're following the law according to the way that it's outlined. And then you've got the Department of Education saying, no, we interpret that very differently based upon how everybody views what sex should be defined as. The Supreme Court needs to weigh in and finally tell us. I have 3 daughters, and thankfully I've got some time before I'm worrying about college with them. But I think that this issue needs to be worked out, because we cannot have this kind of confusion. It's leading to this chaos that we're seeing play out right now.
Yeah, and prayers for you. You're outnumbered at home.
Yes, very much.
Emily.
Yeah, remember when the female attorney representing the transgender athletes that we just heard arguing in Supreme Court essentially was talking about corrective measures, but specifically said in sidesteps, oh, well, we're not actually defining it today. Like, we're not here to do that. I'm just here to explain to you why hormone levels makes a female or a body a female. Like, the whole point is they have muddied the water so much, they've gotten so tangled in their own verbiage that they can't just see it for what it is. And this in particular breaks my heart so much, because the sanctity of these all-women spaces, the actual all-women spaces, fostered such growth. Like, the women that came out of these all-girls colleges, especially Mills and Oakland, where I'm from, they are honestly the most articulate, incredible women that I know. And they were free of distraction. They were free of so much that comes with, especially at that age, the social pressures and sort of, again, the distractions of having men in their midst. I can't imagine now, in these safe spaces that were safe and open for them, all of a sudden having to contend with what, as we've talked about, enters the criminal code in other realms. Right? All of a sudden, they're dealing with male biology in their faces, and that's somehow supposed to foster learning. And at what time are we going to stand up and say, I actually don't care what this one student pretends he is. It's not woman face. I'm going to protect the thousands of young women that are biological women that were already going here and thriving. We are bending over backwards as a society still on the left for these individuals that are aberrant statistically, and I'm not quite sure why.
Well, and we can't change the simple fact that our DNA is different, XX, and they don't have a uterus. Kennedy.
Not yet, but maybe AI can help with that.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
It was either Time or Newsweek, and it was in the late 70s, and it was about the fake woman. It was like, can men have babies?
I remember.
Yeah, and the answer is still no. But my question is, in terms of female spaces and Title IX funding, and, you know, we think about our moms and all that they had to fight for, you know, just kind of going through higher education and, you know, fighting to have professions and fighting for their voices. And, you know, they were the basis for kind of that old school feminism. And I was talking to a mom just a week and a half ago at a parent-teacher fundraiser, and she was telling me about her daughter who plays volleyball and wants to play collegiate volleyball. And, you know, she was saying, I'm really worried about guys encroaching on these spaces. And, you know, I asked her, like, where are the hardcore feminists? And they have been relegated to the sidelines as pariahs in this conversation. People like J.K. Rowling, who just, you know, want to have that traditional fight that keeps some sanctity, some space for women. And, you know, I understand the make of academia is different now than it was when our moms were in college, because college is now a place that hates men. And apparently they also have an axe to grind with women, too. So, you know, if you are going to...
That's an interesting point. So they aren't in love with men. Maybe men feel like that's an opportunity.
Yeah, they're like, great, we'll go to trade schools. Awesome.
Yeah, and the SEC. Like, we'll go down to
really
universities.
which has an effect on an economy that may be moving toward anyone who can do those skills, right?
Yeah.
Fascinating. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.